Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Sunderland, it is Brights, it's episode 114 of Brights. We're here with you today with a doubleheader in the Champions League. It is going to be Lokomotiv Moscow at home in a game we should really win and go 2 wins from 2 in the group before we get the first game of the 2 against Real Madrid out the way. We do have a couple things to talk about first. Since we last met, which was the PSV game, we beat Bournemouth 2-0 in the league. Adrian finally getting another goal as well. We beat Watford in the Carabao Cup. Jorge Rojas scoring 4, and he's really just starting to, start finding the back of the net. He's scored 6 goals already this season. If Adrian doesn't keep scoring, he might come in. We then had a crazy game against Arsenal. We finished 1-1. Would love to show you the goal that Peter scored because I jumped out of my seat. But every time I go to load the highlights for this game, it keeps bringing back us to the 2-0 win we had against them last season and putting in those highlights. I don't get it. See, it goes back to the start of the game, shows us scoring 2 goals. Adrian, this will be finished by no. We went through this game last season on stream. For whatever reason, you can't see it. You're just going to have to bear with me, right? But Declan Rice scored a very good goal, very well struck goal, before Peter scored from about 25 yards out in the 93rd minute, took one touch, hit it with his left foot into the top bins, and I lost it. Anyhow, we are live on stream, though. Come and follow the links down in the description below. And let's get into this Lokomotiv game. If we do get to the fixture list, there we go. Real Madrid are currently playing at home against PSV. We'd love PSV to do us a favour, but I doubt it. We just need to worry about ourselves. Anyhow, with the suspension to Dosek, I am playing Miranda not fully fit. I am going to play Arthur in there, and Arthur's actually going to play as an advanced playmaker on support because I actually think that we're going to dominate this game enough that we could be a bit more adventurous with our 2 centre midfielders. Anyhow, Jorge and Alvaro make the bench due to the injuries. There's also Joe Smith playing because Mateo just injured himself in training, and Dyer's still injured. Harry Wilson's still injured. Leaves Bob, Godin, Haller, Daniel, and Van Dijk. Durant Miguel probably should come in for Godin, and we will just because if we need a bit more of a defensive option, that's probably smart. But I've been giving Mike a little bit of game time here and there, and he's been performing fairly well. He's played 4 times already this season. And we would love a little bit of Mike. Anyhow, we are gone as full strength as possible. And Mbappe's still banging goals in for fun as well, ladies and gentlemen. So everything is pretty damn good. Anyhow, we do have this game here against Lokomotiv Moscow, a team that we did look at in the last episode when the draw came out. A team that I feel like we should be beating fairly comfortably at home, and then away from home we should be beating, but it's always tricky going away from home in the Champions League. We've clicked on this centre back. He actually looks not bad, the centre back. And we looked at Robert in the last thing as well. Anyway, we're going to show Johnny onto his left, and we are going to show Jonas onto his right, show Duras onto his weaker foot. We probably should show their left and right players onto their weaker or preferred foots as well. And we'll see how we go in this one here. We should be okay. Score prediction in the chat, though, ladies and gentlemen. Please do let me know. Obviously, I'd rather have Dosek available for this game here, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen as the boys standing out there. Kim Jan's coming for Daniel, like I've said. I played Daniel in the Arsenal game. He had an okay game, but Kim Jan's really been in good form. And there we are. I shouldn't really complain too much. Daniel's been averaging a 7. Anyway, that was meant to be a pointless highlight, but now 26 seconds in, we've won the ball back already, and hopefully it can be us scoring an early goal, ease the nerves a little bit of how much of a must-win game this is. Petra's ball was pretty poor, but he might win it back. He puts his body on the line and does enough for Arthur to pick it up now. He drives into space. Mbappe reels around, beats one, lays it to William Minot. He could have shot, decided not to in the end. And Nakamura, Arthur, great ball to Miranda, back from injury. Miranda's inside. Miranda with the chance, could have squared it. Instead, went at the keeper, and Valari with a good save. From the tight angle, would have loved him to square that one across the goal, see if Adrian or, Mbappe at the back post could have got there, but didn't happen. First minute, though, promising signs from us. We just need to get on top, just score an early goal, and then get a couple of goals up, hopefully. Rest Miranda, who's not 100% fit for this game, but want to start him because these games mean a lot, and hopefully be right. I'm going to tell us to get creative, though. Everybody seems inspired by that, and hopefully that leads to us getting a goal. Miranda into Petra. Or Peter, as he's affectionately known, into Kim Jan. Kim Jan now. Good boy out to Ives. We're good at building up here. Ives now. Not much on, but he does go long towards Nakamura. And what a ball it is, too, from there, Ives. Ball in towards Adrian. And apparently it's a penalty. Adrian ended up getting his header there on target, but was pulled back by the centre-back and went down. It was being rugby tackled as he headed it. I was surprised he didn't put it on target anyway. And it will be Adrian. He's already missed 1 penalty this season, but against Valeri, sends the keeper the wrong way. It seems like Adrian's all of a sudden starting to find his goal-scoring boots. It would have been nice to see him score from open play because the ball from Ives to Nakamura was sensational. Nakamura's cross was pretty good. No doubt about the penalty. To be honest, the guy's probably lucky that he hasn't got himself... Well, definitely a yellow, but maybe a red, because he knows 100% what he's doing, and he's purposely going to bring him down at the rim so he doesn't get a free header after he beat him. So, but we're okay 1-0 up. However, you will like this against PSV and just didn't put our chances away. Anyway, William Mino now on to Kim Jen. Real Madrid have gone 1-0 up, which you do expect. And it will be Peter into Arthur. Arthur now picks it up, finds William Mino. And No now running with it. Still with No. Good ball out to Miranda again on that left-hand side. Miranda with a chance to cross. Instead finds Nakamura. Nakamura whips it in the William Mino. Hits a block, but only as far as Nicolas Adrien. And Adrien gets his second. It's his fourth for the season. And there we go. This might be the game that Adrien just needed to get back into some form. You know, he picked up a couple of goals. You know, picked up one in the last game in the Champions League. Picked up one against the team at Bournemouth, which we won 2-0. And in the end, he's found himself a penalty and a tap-in. And look, he probably just needed this game to get back into it. Anyway, Arthur puts the ball in backstick, headed away. Falls to Peter, could turn and hit. Instead, he finds William Ano. Ano there, block, falls to Ano, hits it straight into the crossbar. Would have been a vicious effort at goal that would have went in, but unfortunately he's hit the bar and found its way out. And not in, but the highlights still goes. Flicks onto William Ano, who's in now, and he's hit the post again. And in the end, it's blocked. I don't know how Ano has not scored in the last 2 minutes. And the highlight's still going. Is this going to be PSV on the Lokomotiv Moscow on the break? Anyhow, 2-0. We're dominating. It's good signs. If we can find a third or a fourth, that would be great. Obviously, goal difference shouldn't play too big of a part with results against teams. Anyway, Adrien for a hat-trick from a free kick. Adrien, years gone past, he definitely would have buried it. Man, out of form just slightly is Adrien, and I think in form he buries that. But out of form puts it over the bar. Anyway, ball, Miranda heads away only as far as Arthur. Thurissi, though, with the ball, picks it up. A goal here for Lokomotiv Moscow would make things very interesting as the two Moranos go to battle. Ball in, Kim Jen thumps away and doesn't just thump it away. Finds a No, who drives at pace. Mbappe running alongside him. Mbappe making a good run. Instead, it goes towards Adrien. He hits the post and in. It seemed to be a weird animation because it hit the outside of the post and then spun into the back of the net. Adrien gets himself a first half hat-trick. We are 3-0 up here against Lokomotiv Moscow. I am very happy with this indeed. William Ano with the ball, and No running into the space. Mbappe was streaming forward but didn't find it. In the end, it's the inside of the post and spun in. Still a weird highlight. Looked like it was coming out for all money. But Adrien has himself a hat-trick. Anyway, Nakamura ball in, headed away. Only as far as Petra has a good left foot blocked though. And only as far as Drumsi. Drumsi now with the ball. Still looking there. Ives wins it though, high up the field. Nakamura can turn and play. Does find Adrien. There's numbers here for William Ano. There's numbers in the box if he can cut it. He does. Petra's there. It's 4. 4 inside the first half. We love it. Enjoy your night, Mum. I don't know where you're going, but see ya. The unders. Okay, all good. And there we are. Stream say goodbye to Mum. Stream say hello to Mum. There we are. Anyway, Adrien with the ball into Ano. Ano with a good cutback. His ball there, Petra on the volley. He's been playing quite well, has Peter, and starting to really grow into this side. As you can see, we're absolutely having a worldie. Miranda's played a half, a 4-0 up. There's no point me risking him at all. I'm very pleased with the result. Can we keep it going, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls? Hopefully we can. Van Dijk will go out there for Miranda. It's gone to plan. I just wanted to make sure we had everybody fit and available and our best first team available for this game. Really make sure we've been 2 from 2 before Real Madrid. And now we get to rest Miranda. Miranda's also going to probably go away with Spain for because he's injured for the international break coming up in a second. We should be okay anyway. Nakamura flicks on. William Ano facing forward, running with it, still running with it, Ano. His ball towards Adrien. Adrien, they've got a lot of work to do. He has to beat one. Then he chips it back post to Nakamura on the volley. And in the end, I don't know how he hasn't put it back in on the rebound. And it still is 4-0. All over him, though. Could have been 6, could have been 7. We've already had 32 shots inside of 55 minutes. It has been utter domination. We can now start thinking about resting players, really, like 60 minutes played. Adrien's had a worldie. Let's get Jorge Rojas on. Just make sure he doesn't get injured. And, we'll get Nakamura for Bob because Bob's been in and out with injuries. But there we are. We get Rojas in because he's been in good form. Adrien, that's the game to get him back to full fit, full sort of tilt. Anyway, Rojas running with it, still running with it. Rojas! Oh my days. That's why I'm really excited about this kid and why I think he could be just, I'm going to say it again, better than Adrien. Because he has this explosive about us, because he has 17 finishing, 18 dribbling, he has 17 pace, 15 acceleration, something like that, and he's got just that natural ability. What a strike. Valeri got a bit of a hand there to it. If someone can stop slamming that door in the middle, it's all right. But that's why I love him so much. He's also got 14 composure, which is really good. I wish that gets to the 15s, and he's only 20, and he's been all right. 40 shots, by the way, 5-0 up, loving life to bits. We are now going to get off... We're now going to get off William Ano. I'm actually going to move Mbappe into here, but I'm going to get Mbappe up front. We are going to go like that, I reckon. We're going to get Mbappe there as an advanced forward on attack up top. And we're going to get Rodgers there as a bit of a poacher, I reckon. Or a complete forward on attack. That will work too. Just to make sure we give people some rest. I know he's a bit tired, and so Bob's just going to have to play the next game. We'll be okay. Anyway, Haller's on. He's an elite winger. But only second to Mbappe. Mbappe beating a couple, whips in back stick. Rodgers was there. Nakamura's there. Make that 6, ladies and gentlemen. 75 minutes played. It's 6-0. We are on fire. It is an absolute mauling here by Sunderland. And this is exactly what I wanted to see happen. Should have done this to PSV, really. But we obviously did it to ourselves against PSV and shot ourselves in the foot, defending poorly. Good ball by Mbappe, back stick. And Nakamura there with a finish. And 42 shots in this game. Unbelievable. 78 minutes played. And it's not over, folks. Locomotive. Valeri there with it. Rodgers pressing, but doesn't win it. Anyway, goes long. In the end, headed by Kim Jan. Finds Mbappe. Mbappe now can find the ball. Looks for Haller. Finds Haller. Numbers in here. Haller can cut it. Instead, he goes himself. And in the end, Valeri saves the first one, but Haller scores the second one. It's 7-0 now. And that's the thing. When you're bringing a guy like Jan Haller off the bench for you, we're having a very good season because he's obviously sensational, is Haller, and he still is club captain. I was going to remove him as captain, couldn't find it in my heart to do it. And in the end, Mbappe finds Haller with a great ball. Mbappe now gets himself, doesn't get himself a second assist, should have had himself a second assist. Haller made a mistake by not finishing it first time round. Anyway, everybody's had quite the game. I think there's only one man for man of the match, and that is going to be Nicolas Adri, and he probably deserves it too. In the end, though, Haller, corner, back stick there. Mbappe doesn't win it, but only fires Petra. Hits it from distance, wasn't far away. He loves a long-range hit, does Peter. Or Petra, as he's really called, or Mini, but Peter's what we're affectionately knowing him with. Anyway, Arthur Van Dijk whips it in. Mbappe takes a touch, squares at Haller. Well done there by Mbappe. And there we go. Sunderland are 8-0 up now. And that is exactly what we want here in the group stage. Mbappe there with a great touch and a great squared ball. That's the thing. Even when Mbappe doesn't score, he sets up. And why I love having Mbappe here. Haller did his best to miss, to be honest. Prodded it in. And there we are. It's still not over. Can we make it 9? Arthur with the ball. Facing forward. Still is Arthur. His ball. Over to Haller. Haller now. Still with Haller. Running is Haller. Can he whip it in? Instead finds Moreno. Back to Haller. Haller now. Chips it in there. Rodgers with the header. Hits the bar. Falls back to Rodgers. It is 9. Could we get 10? Is there enough time for 10? Absolutely unbelievable from Sunderland today. I was worrying a bit about how we weren't scoring freely, or, we weren't really putting a lot of chances away. And then we've come here today and we've got it 9-0. Valeri actually saved it. It was a great save from the keeper. Credit where credit's due. The keeper's been alright. Could we score from the corner, make it 10? Haller, backstick. Nakamura was so close. We were so close to making it 10. Wow, it could have been 10-2. Valeri with the save. He kicks it long towards Joe Smith. Joe Smith, shoot. Shoot, my boy. Go on a run, son. Do it, my boy. Run, Joe Smith. Instead, he passes the Ives. There we go. Anyway, finds Arthur. Arthur now. The highlights still going. Don't blow your whistle, referee. Finds Haller. Can we make it 10? Haller's ball in. Moreno. Just not enough time. It would have been absolutely delightful. We had 51 shots in that one. 22 on target. We beat Locomotive 9-0. The YouTube episode's already 13 minutes long. We now have to have a very good decision if we just leave that game by itself, or we go and put Real Madrid. What we could do is actually do this. We're going to leave this episode just with one episode by itself, and then I'll have a Real Madrid doubleheader for you for next episode. That sounds alright. We could title it Real Madrid doubleheader, and everybody will come and watch. So from Damon from Sunderland from Brighton, this is going to be the episode of 114, where we have beaten Lokomotiv Moscow 9-0. That is a goal every 10 minutes. Obviously, it wasn't a goal every 10 minutes because it took us 20 minutes to score, but obviously, there was a lot of large clunks of goals. It was absolutely unbelievable. I'm guessing that's going to break some sort of record for us in terms of goals in the Champions League, and it was pretty damn good to see. Anyhow, from Damon from Sunderland from Bright Lights, if you liked the episode, please give it a like. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, and as always, follow the links down below to come watch this madness live on Twitch. Thank you, and goodbye.